Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Get Dirty Garage, where today, hopefully quickly, should be a short one, but I'm going to try and recover those visors to match the headliner and try and see what they're made out of. Got a whole bunch of, exploring to do really, because I'm not sure how those visors are, whether they're, wireframe or cardboard or I got no clue, but we'll cut them open, take a look, and see if we can't get some better looking fabric on that, and then get those mounted up in the car and see what they look like. So got a ton to do, so let's go ahead and let's get dirty. Is this thing on? Yeah. Hey guys, hey listen, gotta apologize up front. Some of the clips, I had a microphone that apparently was shorting out and got some things but not other things. So, and then also had an autofocus that thought it was in a disco. But anyway, so if what you see isn't quite the same as what you hear, did my best at putting in what was needed, but hopefully you still get the content out of it, and we'll go from there. So sorry about that. Okay, so I think it's time to get after these visors. Need to recover them because they are really kind of ugly, and I'm just going to try and start pulling this stuff apart. Got these little metal clips on both of the ends. Let's see here. And then got to pull off this welting that goes around. Make sure that we able to separate all that stuff. But I don't think we'll need these little clips when we put them back together. So, but I'll keep them just in case and try to make sure that don't throw anything away that could be useful. So, anyways, so let's go ahead and slice this open, and just gonna cut along this welting. See if we can't at least get the thing apart, see how it's made, because there's a bunch of different types of visors. Some of them are like clamshells, some of them are cardboard, and some of them are wireframe. So you gotta see what's inside this thing. Okay, well, I think we can get this separated now, and this is sewn together on the edge, so I got to cut through some of these stitches just to get these half separated. Just see what kind of stuff is in there, I guess. So. Okay, well, it's just kind of a good smelling stuff. Looks like a rat's nest in there, but yeah, I don't think it is. It just kind of insulation or padding they're using. Okay, well, definitely is cardboard, and got a little metal back, and it's a kind of a pattern, I guess, for later. But got some jute that's stapled onto it. Okay, yeah, a little stubborn. All right, well, get those staples out, get the jute off of there. Just kind of extra padding, I guess. But, okay. Yeah, all right, so what we have is just cardboard and stapled onto or into this metal bar, and little tip pins got to be replaced. Doesn't even have one on that end, but anyways, I think what we can do is to pull those pieces apart, pull those staples out, and then clean those back, ribs or whatever up, and then what we can do is replace the cardboard and go from there. So, okay, so I got everything all ripped apart. And pulling those staples out along the backbones there and so on. Got to thinking about how do I put these back together, and really don't want to put like a do sewing around the edges and stuff. I don't want to break out the sewing machine because I don't want to. But I'm thinking, gets me in trouble. I realize. I think what I can do is actually double up on the cardboard or the hardboard in there and kind of get those so they, like along an area around in here or so, kind of pinch those together, hold them together with probably some staples, I think. I don't know, you could probably use rivets or something, but I don't think glue would be strong enough. And then what I think I can do is take material and wrap that whole thing, and then take just a poker stick or whatever, and kind of poke it around down the edges, and then hopefully that should give me enough tension between those two, and I can separate them a little bit if I leave the fasteners a little bit back from there, and that way it'll give me like a nice wrapped edge on both sides, kind of for an edge like that, something. So I think I can figure that out. But I guess what I need to do first is remake these, because they are a little worse for wear, and then we can go ahead and try and figure out how to get them covered and attached and fastened and fun stuff like that. So I think that's the plan. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, using what was left of the visors as rough templates, and they are rough because, yeah, they're pretty rough. But just marked out these, and I made it like a little about 1/4 inch bigger to take up for, this used to have that
welting around it and stuff like that. So trying to make it similar size and so on. I got to cut out 4 of these. I got a couple of them marked out, but we'll get this cut out. This is an 1/8 inch hardboard, so we'll just zip these out real quick and go from there. Oop, guess I need electricity. Okay, well, putting 2 of those back to back should give us a form for our updated visor. So let's see if we can't figure out a way to smash these 2 together and keep them together. So we'll pick that up as the next step. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I mean, the original ones were stapled, so I thought, oh, we'll try stapling them. And what I found in the bolt box, you know, the bolt box where all the old bolts and nuts and screws go to die, basically a garage equivalent of a junk drawer. I found some old low voltage staples, I think, from a house project a couple of millennia ago. And basically they're just little staples, and I think what I can do is knock these through the board here and then smash over the back end of it. And I want to keep the staples, I don't know, maybe that far away or so from the edges, so I can be able to separate those edges just slightly and be able to tuck stuff in. Now this top edge will be stapled to the, you know, the thingy. So let's do that real quick, see if we can't get these 2 kind of smashed together. And I think it's going to take just I got the smallest drill bit that I own, and we'll just make a couple pilot holes here. See if we can get this staple started down through there. And I should be able to mash and smash, and that should hold it together pretty good. So let's go around and do a couple more here, and then we can get to figuring out how to fit that metal piece back on there. right, well, I'm going to continue on around, get these things clipped together in a couple of spots, and then we can try and get that metal backbone installed. So we'll pick it up from there. Okay, well, I got all the staples in there, and I think before we mount these things up, I want to make sure they're all the same size and flat and so on. So I got them all clamped in here. Kind of, let's make sure they are the same side to side. So I'm going to sand these all down as one unit and try and get this these edges smooth, and then that way we'll have at least a good finished size and edge. So we'll do that. Okay, well, I think that's really what I think they should look like. I rounded the edge off a little bit. Should be the same size. I'll finish up this other one, and then let's see if we can get that backbone in here. So we will pick it up at that point. Okay, so here's these pieces painted and cleaned up and so on. And in order, what I found out, in order to get them onto these, since these are 2 layers thick, I had to take some thickness out of this area so I could kind of simulate being 1 piece thick instead of 2 pieces. So this should be able to get just settled down in there. Yeah, I think that should work. And then I'm going to take the same concept and go through the metal and the board with the staple here. And see if we can get these to line up. Now we'll see if we can get this through all 3 layers here. Really liking that. You have to go with a slightly bigger drill hole. Ah, there we go. Okay. So I think we can make that work. Smash those out of the way. And repeat about a half a dozen times per visor, so get these things attached. And then we can kind of figure out a covering plan. Okay, well I think we got solid visorage, so rinse and repeat, and then let's go figure out how to make these things pretty.
Okay, now that I got all these stitched together, I went ahead and just put a little bit of paint over the staples, so I don't want the staples to rust, you know. Anyways, I think what I'll do next, or we can get ready to cover these. I'm going to use the same material as I used for the headliner, the double fake suede stuff. And I think what I'll do is kind of mark out where the outline of this is, because I really don't want like glue on the part that I'm going to tuck in, you know, because I want to be able to kind of stuff that down in there without having any sticky stuff in the way. So I think what I'll end up doing is just putting glue on where the board part is, you know, kind of along something like this, and kind of leaving that, leaving this section. I don't want to glue it real tight to this. I'll keep that fabric, you know, a little bit loose around there so it doesn't bunch up and stuff like that. So at least that's the thought anyways. So what I'll do is I'll get a little glue on the visor here and a little bit of glue on this, and then cut this out maybe 1/2 inch or so bigger all the way around so that we can have something to tuck in. So anyways, that's the next step, so we will go from there. By the way, we went to the store the other day and picked up a few things. Got 2 apples, bag of frozen peas, and some Pop-Tarts. Went up and handed them to the cashier, and he said, ringing them up, and he says, he looks at me and he says, you must be single. I said, how could you know that? He said, because you're ugly. Okay, well, let's get some work done. Okay, so I think the glue is set up good enough. I'm just kind of carefully place that on one side. Get kind of this whole wrapping process started. So you don't want to put a ton of tension in this bend around here. So, because I want that fabric to be able to relax and kind of be smooth across there. So, okay, I think that should work out okay, and just even up some of these edges here. I may have left that a little bit long, but we'll see how it tucks, I guess. So Okay. So I think that's pretty smooth. Let's see what we can do. Start with an end here, maybe. Now these ends, I just kind of gotta fold underneath. Somewhere around there-ish. Okay, try and see if we can do a bit of tucking here. I might have left this a little bit long, but long is better than short. I think there's pretty decent tension between the boards. I think you could probably, if you were doing something like that and you had too much tension, you can kind of back off the distance of the staples and stuff like that. If you had not enough tension, you could put the staples closer to the edge, maybe, and be able to vary it if necessary. It seems to be going in between there pretty decent. Just gotta try and keep my tensions on both sides kind of even so I don't pucker up the material. Okay, well, I think that's actually might gonna work. Might gonna? I don't know. Like I said, we make all this stuff up as we go along, so it's good to see that, you know, there's potential, I guess. See how we can get around these curves, if that will work. I'm trying to get that material so it's not bunched up in between, you know, just try and get it flat on the inside rather than kind of bunched up and knobby, I guess. So just trying to get it poked in there far enough so it lays down and does what I want it to do. Okay, well, I think that's actually fairly successful. Let me show you a little bit closer view of that. But you can see along the edges there, hopefully you can see that, where I just tucked both sides in, and it kind of conforms to the curves pretty good. That end, I think, should be good. It's got a little knobby thing on it that I gotta get new ones, but I think that will lay out pretty good all the way around. I'll continue on and do this one and see what it looks like, and if it looks good, then we'll do the other side and we'll pick it up at that point. So I think we're making progress. Okay, so here's our finished visors. You can see I got new tip pins on them and little, I don't know what they are, grommets or whatever, but you can kind of see what, I don't know if you can see it or not. It's mighty dark, but those edges tucked in real nice all the way around, so I think we're in pretty good shape. Probably could have put some foam on those, but I kind of like them thinner like that. So let's go ahead and get them in the car and take a look and see what it's all about. Okay guys, here they are in the car. I went ahead and put in that center retainer thingy just to screw up through there, but they do visor type things and blend in real nice with the headliner. So I'm going to call that a success, and I think they look pretty good. I think if I did them again, I'd probably put a little bit extra foam in them just to puff them up a little bit, but I think they look good, and we will, oops, sorry about that, but I think they look good, and we will call them good for now. Hey guys, I think that's going to do it for this edition of Let's Get Dirty Garage. Listen, we got visors revamped, recovered. I think they look pretty good in there, and you know, they kind of blend in with the headliner now, and at least you know, It look like they belong in there. So the stock ones just, we're not going to cut it. Basically, they are stock ones, but you know, recovered to actually match kind of the theme that we're going after. So, hey, listen, if you haven't yet, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Sure appreciate it. Tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell a frenemy. I don't know if that's still a thing. I got nothing. But hey, listen, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the visors or the headliner, or you know what we've done so far. And you know, quite honestly, I probably have a couple $100 worth of materials into the headliner and the visors. And you know, you start looking online, and they went $300 and some for a stock headliner, and a couple $100 for visors and sail panels if you're just gonna, you know, restore it, which is absolutely fantastic. But you know, that stuff's expensive, and you know, if you want to save a couple of bucks, try making one. It can't hurt. I mean, what's the worst you could do? Have to replace it with something that is already available anyway. So, but hey, I appreciate you guys so much. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Take care.